So now we're going to go to the second part of this lesson, where we are fitting a quadratic to some data points. So we notice we got the three ordered pairs here, 2, 3, 3, 13, and 4, 29. Each of those is going to get plugged into the standard form of the equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equals y. Notice that when you put the first point in, 2 for x and 3 for y, it boils down to 4a plus 2b plus c equals 3. Second point, put it in, 3 for x and 13 for y, comes down to 9a plus 3b plus c equals 13. And the third point, 429, becomes 16a plus 4b plus c equals 29. So now we're going to use those three equations, and what we're going to do is multiply the second equation by -1 so that the c terms will cancel. And then we add the first two equations together. We get a depressed equation from that. Add the second and third equations together, get another depressed equation. Adding the two depressed equations, we get an answer for A. And then we start subbing back in. For A, we get B. And then back to equation 1, plug in A and B, and we can find C. Finally, we have the equation for the quadratic, 3x squared minus 5x plus 1. So, that is another skill. It's actually some old stuff that you should remember how to do. Notice on this problem now, it looks different, but it's very similar. You can see all this in your notes and study the smartboard notes as well. If you don't follow exactly here. But anyway, the 3 points are given in a different format. This is function notation. First point is 0, 5. Second point given here, the input is 2, output is 3. That's the point 2, 3. The third point, -1, 0. Very similar work to the last problem, just a little bit easier. Again, study the smartboard notes for more on that. Our final equation to that problem, -2x squared plus 3x plus 5. Now, as the last thing in this section, we're going to talk about how to use the calculator to enter data and find an equation. So notice here we have more than 3 points now. We have 5 data points about cable TV from the years 1960 to the year 2000. And so we're going to enter 1960 as year 0. Then we're going to have 10, 20, 30, and 40 for the X values. And then the Y values will be 0, 7, 20, 56, 68. Those are percents. Percent of people who had cable TV. So we do that. Remember how to go to L1 and L2. Enter the data. Now, instead of the linear regression on the calculator, we're going to go to the Calc menu in Stat Calc, and find the quadratic regression of those points. There it is. And those can be either entered directly into y equals for a more exact answer, or you can type in the decimals like this yourself, type them in by hand. And with these, with that window, you'll be able to see a good graph. Like this. And this leads to the final question on the problem. how do we find what was going on in 1995? So we hit the trace key, and it will go right to the data point 00 here at the origin. So to get off the data point and onto the graph, we have to click the up arrow. After we do that, in the trace menu, we can type in any year we want to. If we type in 35, you'll see how it goes in immediately for X. Hit enter, and it'll show you the Y value of 54. If you use more decimals on that problem, you'll get a more accurate answer of about 58%. So that does it for our demonstration. Hopefully you found it helpful, and you can watch it over and look at the smartboard files for more help.